The hallway was almost completely dark, except for the pale kitchen light spilling across the floor. At exactly 2:13 in the morning, an old Labrador named Max stood frozen beside the wall. His nose hovered just inches from the paint, completely still. No barking. No scratching. Just silence. And the soft ticking of a clock somewhere deeper in the house. His owner watched from the doorway, barely breathing. Because this wasn't the first time. For 14 years. Max had been the dog who greeted every sunrise with a wagging tail and muddy paws. He knew the sound of the treat drawer from 3 rooms away. And every delivery truck. He treated it like a personal mission to protect the family. But lately, something felt different. And experts believe moments like this. Quiet staring, confusion in familiar spaces, wandering at night, can sometimes be signs of cognitive changes in aging dogs. What makes it so heartbreaking is how ordinary it looks at first. A senior dog pauses near a corner, stares at a wall, forgets why he walked into a room. Most people brush it off as just getting old. But scientists have only recently begun understanding what may actually be happening inside the aging canine brain. Earlier that same evening, Max had curled up beside his owner on the couch like he always had. Rain tapped softly against the windows. His gray muzzle rested gently against her knee, while she scratched behind his ears. And his tail still gave those slow, familiar thumps against the blanket. That part of him was still there. And veterinarians often observe that even dogs experiencing cognitive decline can continue showing affection, emotional memory, and deep attachment long after confusion begins. Which is why the changes can feel so mysterious. Imagine the world from Max's perspective for a moment. The hallway smells familiar, but also strangely distant. The house is quiet. Yet something feels incomplete. A shadow catches his attention. But his mind struggles to process what he's seeing. So for a few seconds, the wall becomes the only thing anchoring him in place. Then the moment passes, and he slowly walks away, as if nothing happened. Researchers studying aging dogs have found that cognitive decline affects nearly 1 in 3 senior dogs to some degree. Some begin pacing at night. Others sleep more during the day. And some slowly forget routines they followed for years. But there's hope hidden inside these moments too. Because early awareness can help owners adapt their homes, routines, and daily interactions in ways that reduce stress and improve quality of life. Some studies suggest mentally enriching activities, predictable schedules, and veterinary guidance may help aging dogs feel more secure. Max's owner started noticing smaller signs after the wall-staring episodes began. Sometimes he paused at the wrong side of the door. Occasionally, he forgot where his water bowl was. And once, he looked directly at her after hearing his own name, as if trying to reconnect a memory that almost slipped away. But then, just seconds later, his tail wagged again. That's the difficult part about canine cognitive decline. The light doesn't disappear all at once. It flickers. And scientists have recently discovered something astonishing about dogs like Max. The brains of dogs with canine cognitive dysfunction can develop amyloid plaque buildup remarkably similar to what researchers observe in humans with Alzheimer's disease. In fact, dogs are now considered one of the only natural animal models scientists study to better understand dementia progression. Not lab-created. Natural. Meaning our dogs may be experiencing forms of confusion and memory loss far closer to human aging than we once imagined. And strangely, that discovery has deepened the bond many owners feel with their senior pets. Because suddenly, the staring isn't nothing It may be a quiet sign that an aging brain is simply working harder than before. Eventually, Max's owner spoke with her veterinarian. And while wall staring alone doesn't automatically mean cognitive decline, patterns of confusion, disrupted sleep, and behavior changes can be worth asking a vet about, especially in older dogs. That conversation changed everything. Not because Max became young again, but because fear slowly turned into understanding. The family added nightlights in dark hallways. They kept furniture in familiar places. They spoke more gently when approaching him from behind. And over time, Max seemed calmer, safer, seen. Then one night, weeks later, Max stood in the hallway again. For a moment, he stared quietly at the wall. But this time, his owner didn't watch from the doorway. She walked over slowly and rested a hand softly against his shoulder. After a few seconds, Max leaned gently into her touch and slowly turned away from the wall. The clock was still ticking. The hallway was still dim. But neither of them felt alone anymore. And if your senior dog has ever done something like this, you're not alone either.